I have this list. Maybe you have one too. It's the classic bucket list that you keep adding to, but you secretly realize that you'll never be able to tick off even half of the list as work and life sucks you into the routine. My bucket list is oddly specific. It includes things like drink a coffee at a hedgehog cafe in Japan. On the list is also watch the sunrise over Uluru, and this is the current mission. I'm determined to live a life where I actually tick things off my bucket list. Hey, I'm Abby, and these are my mid-20s. Welcome to me trying to navigate life. Recently, I've been discovering the Australian Outback. I thought I'd have to wait until I was old and getting crusty before I'd see the sunrise over Uluru, but life had other plans. Join me on this epic adventure into the Australian Outback. Let's go, cowboy. Yeah. First day of our road trip to... Wait, should I put my seatbelt on? Okay, all good on the Outback. And yeah, the main goal is to maybe try and find some work along the way. Like if we find some work like randomly in the Outback, that would be amazing because we have just paid our rego and it is expensive in New South Wales to register your vehicle. So kind of need to get a job. Keen to do something like a little weird and like completely outside of the box. I don't know, work at a roadhouse or like be on a cattle farm or just something so rogue and random. We're down for the adventure. That's what this is all about. But aside from that, if we don't find a job along the way, that will suck for our bank accounts. But we have the intention to make it to Uluru and see that big giant rock that's just randomly in the middle of Australia. The work has ended. Holidays are here. Hopefully holidays don't last too long because we will be both donating kidneys if not. Let's go to the Outback. Yeehaw! Oh, they're so cute. Hell yeah, baby. Whoa. Finding water like that is honestly such a miracle. Like, we were starting to feel pretty stressed that we weren't going to have enough water to go to the Outback and that we were going to have to buy bottles of water. But the fact that we're able to do a full tank, like just fill our tank up right now is phenomenal. It's just like this random tap in a random town with a park, and gotta take advantage of those little moments sometimes with van life. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna tackle the dishes so that we don't have to worry about using too much water. Killian always likes us to have the dishes done, so. Can you believe our luck? Oh my god. Wow. So good. After a double whammy today with both the water and then the shower, we headed further along the RM Williams Highway, where we were in search for a safe place to park up for the night. We had a big day of driving and we were so exhausted by the time we stopped. Are you okay?
You okay? Oh, you baby, you okay? You okay, baby? Baby.
That was
me.
long day, baby.
Look, I'm gonna put some decor. Now it looks really like you're in the bush.
yuppie. Doesn't he realize that we're going hiking today? Ooh. Ooh.
How are you? Little run this morning, baby.
Thank you. Today is day 2 of what I'm officially naming our Outback adventure. We have a plan today to go on 2 different hikes. We are literally staring at a flock of emus. Wow. Oh my god, they're baby ones! Oh my god, you're so cute! Even though I'm Australian, you're probably thinking, why am I reacting so much like that over emus? But like, they are actually really rare to see, and like that many in a flock, like in the wild, is so awesome. I guess maybe it's also the fact that we're used to like living in the city, so we're not used to seeing just like these amazing dinosaur looking birds on the side of the road, you know what I mean? Australia is estimated to have around 300,000 native animal species, many of which are actually still being discovered. Biodiversity in Australia is truly remarkable, and with so much nature surrounding us, we were bound to have some pretty awesome animal encounters on this trip. You've probably heard about the snakes and the spiders. Trust me, they turned out to be the least of our worries. Oh my god, baby. Good job, baby. I can see you're really sad too. Still fine, After a bumpy drive to the base, we devoured lunch before setting off on a 3.1 kilometre round circuit hike to Arkaroo Rock. This moderate hike takes you through thick bushland to a significant cultural site. Situated in a rock shelter painted by ochre and charcoal are paintings that depict Uluru, a creation story told for thousands of years by the Anyamahating people of the Flinders Ranges. The artworks left us speechless. It was truly extraordinary to be so close to this history. Oh my god, wow. They made me reflect with sadness upon the destruction that colonization has inflicted and continues to inflict upon Aboriginal people and their culture, not just in Australia but on such a global scale. It's truly horrific. And I think seeing remains like this really enabled me to appreciate the long and rich history of Indigenous Australians that has been so wrongly destroyed. And I think this culture is something that we should celebrate and value and support as Australians. And I'm just really happy that we did this hike, because I just have such a greater appreciation of how tangible the destruction really is. We're on to our second hike of the day. We are hiking Mount Ohlssen. What? Booch? Budge? Mount something. I am so exhausted. Still just as beautiful and grateful for every moment that I'm able to put one foot in front of the other. It's truly incredible. I mean, look at these rocks. So red and so, like, it feels like we're in some kind of like dystopian dinosaur time-esque situation.
Almost. Baby's here.
We made it to the top of Mount
The views are so worth it though. This 5.6 kilometre return hike is certainly not for the faint-hearted. The track is steep, rugged and very demanding, but every step, as painful as they were absolutely worth it for the reward at the top. We were treated to the most breathtaking views across Wilpena Pound, a natural amphitheatre of mountains. This area holds deep cultural significance for traditional owners. According to their Dreamtime stories, the pound was formed by two giant serpents who curled around and died, creating the ring of mountains you see today. We also spotted plenty of wildlife along this hike, including some curious lizards sunning themselves on the rocks and even a few goats making their way across the cliff. If you're up for the challenge, I highly recommend this hike. Not only is it rich with spiritual history, the area is teeming with wildlife, making it a great place to spot animals in their natural environments. Doing a couple of van jobs to start our morning. So we've just refilled the water, emptied our toilet, and now Killian is pedantically wiping the windows so that we can have the most perfect views of the mountains and landscapes, but I don't know how long it'll last with all the bugs and dust and everything on the road. We're ready to kill it again today. Wow, that's so cool. So I just came into the public toilet here in like the middle of nowhere, and look what I found in the sink. Only in the Outback, huh? I know you know how much I love hiking by now, and I was so excited for this hike, but it truly wasn't again for the faint-hearted. It was long, rocky, and we kind of had to parkour our way across the stream, trying to stay on this almost invisible path. I've left links and descriptions of our itinerary down below in the description for you to check out exact names and towns and stuff like that. We were actually not sure that the name Blinman Pools would be deceiving. I was thinking that we're in the outback, it's so hot, there can't possibly be an oasis like this, but we were sweaty and so thankful to have found it and to be able to get all fresh again before making our way back to Pheobe. On this hike we saw so much wildlife. It was a Garden of Eden full of the sweetest outback animals. I was pretty surprised about the amount of goats that we'd seen so far in the outback. After consulting with Google, I learnt that there are about 2.5 million feral goats in Australia. Crazy. But we definitely hit the wild animal jackpot when we spotted this yellow-footed rock wallaby. I was stunned by its beauty and gracefulness as it grazed calmly on the rock face. These gorgeous wallabies are an endangered species due to the introduced animals like the goats, which increased food competition. Also, they have faced destruction of their habitat. The most glorious sight after hiking for however many bloody hours. It's so good.
Yeah.
Frenchie spread for Frenchie. That's why they make it. We've been really leaning into slow mornings on the road. With no work or really great demands to rush to in the mornings, we have just been taking it really easy. We noticed that most grey nomads get up at the crack of dawn and start their day.
I want a kiss.
But we don't quite fit into that box just yet, so mornings are coffee and reading until we muster the courage to hit the road.
Stinky.
You stinky.
My god, do you see that little shower symbol? Wow, baby, what a surprise. This is awesome. It's been how many days since we had a shower?
3 days. Yesterday it count as a shower.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
We just had a little dip. We had no idea that there were showers here. Well and truly time and definitely explains this reaction. Should we see? Should we see?
After having the most divine Outback shower, we headed into the IGA to stock up on food supplies as we knew there weren't going to be many trips to the supermarket, at least for a couple of days. I'm honestly a little paranoid about running out of food in the van or fuel, and since we're going to start making our way on the Unadata, how do you say that word, track, we knew this whole adventure was only just beginning and we really needed to be prepared. Well, join me next time as the real adventure here in the Outback begins.